Now you're live.
Now I'm live?
Yep.
Good golly.
Good golly,
All
Miss
right.
Molly.
Yeah. You know, it's just like one thing after, because I'm talking to everybody and I'm going, all right, now we're on. But now,
Yeah, mine says live now.
Yep, the little yellow box, it's lit up and you're on camera. And maybe Mikey 550 says they can hear us now in the chat on
all the
YouTube.
rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
we're good to go now.
Okay.
Cue the intro music.
Yeah, I know. We need to have, I need to find a good band music that I'm not going to get in trouble for when I play the music. And I'm trying to, like I said, I got these lights and I'm trying to position them, but these lights, they're like blinding me whenever I.
Yeah.
It is the. Like I said, these lights are the kind is like studio. I don't know, shop lights. They got that clamp in the back, and you can just clamp them on and everything. But I'm trying to find a clamp. But every time I use the clamp, then it starts to slide downwards.
Are they like LED lights or?
Well, they're pretty expensive, the light bulbs. But one I got on like it's a positioning light. And the other one is a shop light with a very expensive light bulb.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to use it to make me illuminate.
Yeah. Well, you look nice and clear, but your background is dark. But we don't care about that.
Well, Roberto complained about my background the other day.
Oh, he did. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. I had to leave because I had to go pick up somebody at the airport. So another Filipina arrived in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have a sweatshop?
Not me, man.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this woman from Davao came in and she said she was having mixed emotions. Of course, she's left her whole family behind. It must be hard. And you never know what you're coming into when you go to a new country like that, right?
Oh yeah. Well, same with the Philippines, the same thing.
Yeah.
We are in uncharted territory. So it's kind of spooky when we one moment we're all excited, and then the other after that, then reality comes in and says, "Oh my God, what's going on?"
Yeah, the next minute you got a bolo stuck in your head, right?
Yeah, or a bone through your nose.
Yeah.
Trying to make you speak another language.
Oh man. Did you guys hear? Did you guys hear? I don't mean to change the subject, but I heard something in the Filipino news that they want everybody to be able to sing the national anthem, Filipino national anthem, and they want them to sing it like at a certain. I'm a musician, have been for years, but they want them to sing it at a certain pace, and if they don't, they're going to fine people. And if then, the fines are pretty large, and I guess they passed law. And
no, are they talking about foreigners or
no, everybody? And if it's a poor country, so the fines are pretty huge. And if they're fined more than, I guess they want to instill patriotism, which most Filipinos love their country. So I don't understand. Maybe there's some sour grapes like there are in America, but I guess you can get imprisoned on your third time.
Well, I remember, Mikey. I remember when I was over in Bacolod, at 7, I think it was 7 o'clock or 7:30, I was walking down the street in the morning time, and they were bringing up the flag. It was over by where Jollibee is and McDonald's. There's over by the city hall, and there was a government building right there next to. Yeah, it was right by pretty much by McDonald's, and everybody was stopped, and they were doing their Pledge of Allegiance and their national anthem, and everybody was singing it. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. So where's it colored? Is that in Negros?
Yeah. It's the largest city in Bacolod.
I've never been to that island. I was last in the Philippines in March of this year. My wife is from Cebu. Her family's from down in Alacoy, which is way down, but they resettled up in Cebu City, which, you know, there's a lot of pollution and stuff there, but I don't know. We're going to move there probably in 5 years from now. I would like to immediately, but, you know, my wife loves her job here.
And does your wife want to retire from her job?
Yeah, but she really is doing well. And you know how when they have a good education, they're hardworking people. You know, they're driven. And
hey, Rogers. He's my buddy. He was also in Alaska one time. Roger was telling me that he was in Alaska, and I think he was out working at one of the canneries, something like that. I think we got a good turnout right now. Heck, we got 12 people so far. Thanks for coming. But yeah.
I don't know if you heard me earlier, but Mikey 550 and I, we were in Sentai 7's room today. They had a live thing, and we were telling them about you. Not much, but you know, the girl was on talking and telling them what a cool guy you were and everything.
Well, matter of fact, they were walking around, and they were going to get barbecue, and he didn't really want to eat the barbecue, and he was looking for beer across the street, so they had to go back and forth across the street.
They're funny.
So yeah, I understand about not eating the barbecue right off the bat. It took me a while. I ate chicken barbecue and pork and beef barbecue, but I never eat the chicken intestine.
Yeah. Kevin, I sent you a link to Elo's live stream this morning. Did you see that?
Oh, man, I'm missing everything. No, I didn't see his either.
Yeah, it was his inaugural live stream this morning. It was about 7 o'clock this morning, so that was pretty early.
Well, yeah. I pretty much get up right around, I start having movement at that time. Movement to the bathroom.
Was that the live stream where he had Barry?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Barry was on?
Yeah.
Barry, Jay, Dave.
You know, you guys didn't even call me or text me, tell me what the hell is going on.
I did. I texted you on Hangouts. I text you the link.
You know, yelling out the window doesn't really help when I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Because, see, on my phone, I get a whole bunch of messages on my phone, and lately I've just been muting it before I go to sleep. And so I gotta thank you for thinking about me. Oh, and what is Barry? How is Barry doing? Is he adjusting?
Well, he's in another drama. He's asking for money.
Back to his old tricks.
Yeah, he's asking for money. So.
Oh my gosh! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants us to furnish his new apartment.
I seen that one, but it wasn't live. But yeah, I kind of seen that, and then I turned it off. I didn't want to watch it. Well, I hope the best for him. Hope he can figure. Well, his girlfriend should be working pretty soon, or getting paycheck. It's not that easy. Not easy at all. It's just what is Jason saying? Mikey has a funny song. Who got a funny song?
Oh, I do, about Barry.
Oh. Well, are you going to share it?
No, you got to go to my channel and hear it.
Okay. Well, I'll listen to it. Yeah. So we're getting to our show. Why do women prefer white men for dating? Again, that's a. It depends on where you're located at. In the Philippines, it's they have that choice that they can have either Filipino or Westerner.
Yeah,
they're not really well, because if they live in the city, okay, then they're subject to both. But if they're in the country, then they only subject to Filipino gentlemen.
Roger.
So
I would start off by saying that I think most Filipinos probably don't go looking for a foreigner in general.
That's but what about when they're in like what's that place in Negros that all the Westerners are going to?
Dumaguete?
Yeah, what about there? Because they got so many to choose from compared to like Iloilo or Cebu and stuff like that. Manila. But if I was living in another country, I would go where there's the most of. So if there's like a lot of Asian women, then I would. That's what I would go after.
Yeah.
But that's for a guy. But for a girl has a whole bunch of room that she can like choose from.
I've noticed that a lot of the girls that are looking for foreigners tend to have either had a very bad relationship with a Pinoy, or they have a kid and got dumped. Really bad luck with Filipinos.
Yep, exactly. And they don't get any kind of monetary support from the Filipino either. Like they know American guys will take care of their kids. I asked my wife, because I knew this was going to be your topic, Kevin, when she got done from work. She said that socioeconomic status, how poor a person is and stuff can have a great impact. How poor they are, how suffering they are. It's difficult for a lot of Filipinos to get an education. So, but that's not the only thing. A lot of Filipinos like the mixed race children that they have. I've heard a lot of that because
so they go after
Yeah, they really
like a mix. I'm like a foreigner, for he can give her
the beautiful children. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
Hey Grim, how you doing, buddy? Grim is saying good day to me. Our Australian brother. Gary's here. We got quite a few guys here. Randall. That's pretty nice. Yeah, but but if the girl is educated and going to university,
mm-hmm.
I think she doesn't really care too much if about going out with a foreigner. Except if
yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, that's kind of a tricky question.
Yeah. Well, my wife went to that college in Cebu. She was dirt poor. I mean, and she only got into college by scholarships. And
okay.
And she had very bad relationships with Filipinos there. And so I tried to do a little bit of research. I went out, I don't know how valid these things are, but there was a number of guys that were on that asked different Filipino girls and they seem to be pretty young girls too. So you can probably take it with a grain of salt what they have to say, because they looked like, college girls or school girls or whatever. But they said the things they liked about white men were they're clean, they're kind, they're sweet towards girls, they have a sense of humor, and most white men are straightforward when it comes to their emotions. If they like a woman, they say they like them. They don't beat around the bush or anything like that. That's, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My son's mom, when I met her, she already had a bad relationship.
Yeah.
With a guy, so she was looking for a way out. Well, yeah, she was also my son's mom. She was kind of hoping that I was her life jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that a lot from poor families that, like you're instantaneously rich if you marry a white man, right?
Well, that, and you have like popularity status goes up.
Yeah.
So I guess it's true that that's true to your point, because Barry Jordan got a nice looking Filipina because he's white and they think he's rich. And then she go and find out that he's nothing but a redneck poor guy from America.
Well, there, but in her sake, didn't she already know that he was already this way?
I don't think so. Knowing Barry, he's probably lied to her and make her think that he has money, and then now she's finding out because now he's begging for money. So, I mean, I feel sorry for her. I mean,
yeah,
because she's being misled.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think his first girlfriend figured him out, and I think that's what happened there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm kind of with you guys on this Filipinas liking white men, because I married a white woman and I'm a Filipino.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm in the same boat, but just opposite.
Yeah, but your wife married you for your looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because she didn't marry me for my money.
Well,
that's for sure.
Or she married you because you're popular with the ladies.
Oh, thank you, Kevin.
Well, because you told me that you had wives and you had other girlfriends, so you're popular.
Yeah, I guess.
They call that a chick's boy in the Philippines.
Right.
Oh. Well, I there's nothing wrong. And Roberta, does your wife, is she married? I mean, is she does she work?
Yeah, she makes more than I do. She works for the VA hospital.
Oh.
Um,
Well, then what are you complaining about?
that's why I said she didn't marry me for my money. It must be my looks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely wasn't my money.
Well, I was gonna say you should bring your brother. You should bring your brother over, and then you let him come home and see if she can tell the difference.
Yeah, she can tell the difference. Matter of fact, he used to live here in the United States because we went to service together and went to high school here in Texas. And he married a white girl too, and he has 2 sons here in the States. Now he's
a white girl or
yeah.
American white girl.
Yeah, American white girl. And then when he got deported to the Philippines in 2001, he remarried. Well, he remarried, and now he's with a Filipina, and he has 1 daughter with her. So yeah.
Oh. And your brother got deported? Did he had to pay his way to the Philippines?
No, actually, I told you a story. He was kind of like a black sheep of the family.
Yeah.
He got into drugs and everything. And back in 94 to 2000, he was heavy into drugs and in and out of the prison. And let me turn my TV down. In and out of prison and all that stuff. So finally, he got. I guess he broke his probation and he went back to jail. When he got in front of the judge. The judge gave him an ultimatum: you want to go back to prison for another 2-3 years, or you want to go to the Philippines and be deported? And he chooses to go to the Philippines. So yeah, the government paid his way.
Said, who's paying for my way to go back to the Philippines?
The American taxpayers flew him.
Oh, that's okay then for him.
Yeah, he flew him over there, and from here or from San Diego straight to Manila.
And did he go right off the plane free?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh well, shit. He worked out pretty. I had to find my own way off of the island. There is no see. A lot of Westerners, we think that the Philippine government is gonna pay our way back home and stuff like that. No, it's not that way. You have to find your own way off. They're not gonna except if you commit a crime, then they'll put you in immigration detention until you leave. But they don't put you on a plane on Philippine dime.
Right.
We gotta find our own way.
And that
off.
was the same way with him. He was in the federal detention in San Diego or outside of San Diego, some desert outside of San Diego, and then was immigration, and he waited his time. He was there for like detention for about 6 months until his paperwork went through, and then of course the taxpayers paid for his one-way trip to the Philippines.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, but now he's doing a lot better though, right?
Oh yeah, much better. He's out of drugs. He doesn't smoke or drink anymore. So
yeah, so that's
yeah.
Thank God that he could do a about face.
Right. Plus he has a family now. He has a wife and daughter, and so yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, about women. I think we're shit. That sounds kind of bad. What I'm just gonna say. It looks like Filipino women, they turn towards Westerners and foreigners, Mexican, Black people. They turn to us as a way out to get out of the predicament that they're in. But see, we think it's our charm and stuff. But if the woman is really beautiful, she has her pick. She has her pick of the litter, because she can pick, educated men, like Filipino and all this stuff. But if she can't get, maybe she just feels desperate and look at me and saying, he's so big, he got me have a lot of money. So, but yeah,
big as
I
in
think,
large guy or big as in big?
well, yeah, I mean, because but in the U.S., a large guy, a big guy, they, because I think in Europe, I mean, I'm here in Asia, a lot of people think if the guy is big and stuff that he can afford to keep himself that way. So he must have a lot of money.
Well, that's normal, like in Asia, especially in the Philippines, that if you're a large guy, they tend to think you're well off. You're fat and big, so that means you eat a lot, and so you're
It's
not.
a good life.
Yep,
Yeah,
fat
so
equals
you live a
wealth.
good life.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just kind of difficult, because sometimes the women they are fooled into the relationship, because sometimes the guys just want to have a quick one night dance, and the girls want more than that. So sometimes that's one of the bad things about when Westerners come here. They leave a not a good impression on them.
Especially those pesky Americans.
Well, yeah. Roger's saying, I was 24 when I met my first wife. Well, how many wives have you had? Roger talked to me before. He's been to Alaska and went fishing, and I think he lived in Alaska for a while. He had pretty good stories he was telling me. So, Mikey, what kind of stories do you have about our topic?
Well, I'd say that in our neighborhood, when we lived in Cebu, of the girls who were looking for foreigners, and I would say in general, white guys were the preference. Most of the girls in our neighborhood, if you ask them, would you date a black guy or an Indian guy or a Japanese guy? Usually it's, oh, heck no. But now I see a little more of that. But I did see that most of the girls that said they were interested in a foreign guy were usually the girls who had either had a kid or they'd gotten a reputation and weren't going to find a good husband, or there was all those kind of reasons. The girls that really had a chance to make it generally were not interested in foreign guys. Kind of looking at the girls on the lower end of the socioeconomic scale.
Well, that's kind of true, but for example, my cousin's oldest daughter, she She has degree in chemical engineering, and she did the OFW. She worked in Canada, and then when she was done with her contract, my cousin, who's our oldest in our family, cousins, brought her to the States, and she married a white American guy. So, I mean, she can basically fend for herself because she has a good degree and a good job. So yeah, and to some point, yeah, it's the more of the poor people looking at, but also some of the well-off people too. Sometimes I think.
Okay, so it's not really like a desperation then.
No, I mean all my cousins are either married or have boyfriends or are white. So all my female cousins.
Okay. But yeah, I like I said, like when you go to the Philippines, when I did for the first time, it was but see, I met the girl online, so I never like went to the Philippines just by myself and then meet somebody. But my last time, I met my son's mom on accident, and then I met my daughter's mom on a blind date.
Well, when you say that, let's say the internet dating, that's more towards a lot of the Filipinos having to choose. I mean, they have plenty to choose from on the internet, where if they're in a province or even in a small city, they're not going to get a good choice, right? So going online, you can choose. You can go on there and choose 50 guys, and then whittle them down to four guys that your best one you like, and then start talking to them. So I guess the internet, you would say, the girls have more choices as far as the white guys are.
That they have better percentage that they can pick.
Right. Something like that.
Cool. And Richard, what are you, buddy? What do you think about that?
Are you asking me, Kevin?
Yeah, buddy.
I was just reading the room here, and I was just thinking about my wife and a number of her friends. I don't want to insult anybody, but I know a lot of Filipinos don't like Indian guys from India. A lot of them are highly educated people, and I think because they find them abrasive and aggressive, and they don't care for that. And I don't know, some Americans, we're aggressive, and but because my wife she's funny. I wish I could get her on here. She can imitate she worked for a call center for many years as a supervisor in the Philippines, and she can imitate like the Indian accent really well. It's hilarious.
Well, yeah. But yeah, a lot of those Indian people, they got a good background, like on education.
Smart people, no doubt.
Yeah, they are. They again, we're all the same.
Absolutely, man. I never. To me, I'm not. I don't really look at race. It doesn't mean nothing to me. I mean, we married, all of us married Filipinos, and if you leave them out in the sun, they'll get very dark. My sister-in-law just married a Filipino. He's a diver in Mactan, and he is as dark as any black man when he's in the sun all day long. I got
Okay.
pictures of them. I could show you. And, you know, it's who you love. You know, that's what matters, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Love has no color.
No, it doesn't.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I do a lot of
really
fishing
like,
myself. I go out in when I'm out fishing out in the Gulf of Mexico or in our lakes and stuff. If I'm out in the sun too long, man, I get darker than dark, man.
oh,
I mean, I'm light skin, light tone as far as like brown tone, but man, when I get out in the sun, man, I'm dark.
okay.
Yeah.
What they say
Curry, yeah.
is a. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Same with kimchi. Like with Korean men, a lot of women don't like that smell, so they go out with Korean men because they get it's a way out of where they're at. Because I had a couple of Filipino friends, and they told me that they went out with a couple of Koreans, and they could really smell that the kimchi from their body odor.
Oh, it's horrendous. I lived in Korea for 2 years, and I never got used to that smell.
I like kimchi, so I don't understand what the problem is, but
Worse than dried fish.
oh God, no.
Oh my God.
No, nothing's worse than dried fish. Except, I mean, if that's what you like, then that's different. But for me, that dried fish, that just could make me just get up and move.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to the smell. But if I was used to the smell, then yeah, that's no problem, because that's what I'm used to. Same with kimchi. I had a neighbor when I was a boy, and my neighbors were Korean, so I adapted to the kimchi smell. Today was a pretty interesting day. Got a lot of stuff done around the house. Yeah. My cousin, he made a Tarzan swing off of an oak tree.
Nice.
So everybody was looking at it. They told me to go for a swing on it. There's no way in hell I'm gonna hop on a Tarzan. Because they all got cameras waiting for the branch to break. But yeah, had a pretty productive day. It was pretty hot outside. Had 2 dogs come into our yard. One looked like one of the giant bloodhounds, and then we had what is that kind of dog? He's like an old yeller. You guys remember that movie? Mikey?
What movie?
Nobody's listening to me no more?
He's asking what kind of dog Old Yeller was. I really don't remember.
Well, I was asking you too, all Roberto. You all are old guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only watched that one once. I cried.
I think it was a lab, but stand by, I'm going to Google it.
Well,
Labrador.
A lab, like a golden retriever?
Maybe.
He wasn't a black Labrador.
No, sad movie.
Those are pretty nice dogs, but they don't live long. They live about 10 years, and they get a lot of cancer. I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They live about 10. I know a lady that had one was a really beautiful, smart dog. Yeah. His name was Reggie. Was a sweet dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Rando said it was a Labrador. Jason said it's a lab. Yeah. Old Yeller. Hey, boy. Yeah, he doesn't listen no more. We used to, when I was a boy, we used to have, my grandfather used to raise Airedale Terriers. Those were blood-thirsty dog. Though that dog, that Airedale Terrier, fearless. That dog will fight anything.
Those Airedales are your big dogs, and they go after horses and everything, right?
Oh yeah. Well, they're bred for hunted badgers. That's what they were bred for. And a badger is a pretty ruthless animal. So yeah, they were good dogs, but they're not really a family dog. They're like a work dog.
Yeah. I used to have Siberian Huskies. I had 3 of them years ago. I love them things, man. Purebreds. They're unbelievable smart.
Okay, yeah. My neighbor had one of those stupid ass Norwegian elkhounds.
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah,
they're pretty, but they're kind of feisty.
Yeah, you got to break their temperament when you have to train them dogs, man. You show them who the freaking boss is. Otherwise, they'll run you around.
I had a beautiful Brindle pit bull, and he was the nicest dog. It doesn't really. It's you how you train your dog.
Yeah,
and if you be a mean and ruthless to him, then that's how he's gonna be. But if he's a good dog, I mean, if you're a good man and you treat him good, then they follow the owner's behavior.
Yeah. My buddy, I used to do a lot of drinking with. He was a little guy. In my other house in Schenectady, New York. Brian, he had a nice little pit bull, and the dog. I've been a guitar player for 35 years, and I pulled out my guitar one night, and he had his dog over. I started playing, and the dog went, roo, 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 roo. Started singing along. Yeah.
Hey, you guys said Mikey and you guys was on, or you listened to that 7 guy. What was his name?
Sentai 7. His wife or girlfriend, whatever she is, she was on live today.
I think they're married, something like that. Is she taller than he is?
It looks as though. I'm not sure. You know, girls wear high heels sometimes, but
yeah. Well, yeah, but still, I mean, he got to be. I don't know, he looks. Because I was just watching when they're walking down the street.
Yeah.
Because I see Seth, how tall he is, and his wife, Lynn. Right, that's her name, Lynn.
Yeah.
Okay,
my wife.
I get her and that other guy mixed up, Michelle and Lynn, because they both look they look a lot alike.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just curious, yeah. But and he is that man? Is he retired or what? How is he surviving in the Philippines?
Yeah, he's retired, I guess. I guess he's been there about a year, and I guess he's done pretty well for himself. He lives a pretty simple life, and
we'll talk about simple lives. I found a couple of other Filipino guys. I'm not Filipino, but Westerners that are living all over the Philippines, and not many of them have like a high-rise condominium a lot of them is living almost like me. I mean, yeah, just like me. Because you look at their houses, and they got, some of them have hollow blocks, some of them have bamboo, some of them have nipa huts.
Yeah, my wife and I looked at a lot of condos in March when we were in the Philippines, and they're pretty reasonable. They're all brand new, but I heard there's a lot of hidden fees involved in that, like, and that's all my wife's friends. One of her friends, her best friends, is a lawyer. And she said, no, buy a house if you're going to buy property in the Philippines.
Oh, there's another guy that's in Iloilo. He drives around in a motorcycle. He's like an older guy. He does. He has a show that he documents. He goes from Bacolod and Iloilo a lot.
Is he the guy with the heart problems? It's got to have heart surgery or something?
I think so. I think that, yeah, that sounds like him.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. Yeah. Yeah.
But, and then there was another guy that I found that was living in, like it's called a bird's eye point of view, something like that. And he gets a house and a farm, a piece of land, just like what I was doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, because a lot of these guys are like I said, we're all living on a budget. And,
yeah.
But Mikey, when you go back to the Philippines, are you going to have a budget, or is Mikey still with us?
I don't see.
No, he dropped off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kevin, the thing is it's so hard to earn a living there being a Westerner. I don't know how you wouldn't have to have a budget. You'd have to fear that you'd run out of money.
Well, yeah, again, so that's, I mean, a lot of us, it's like I said, it's not easy living. If you have a salary, oh, not a salary, but if you have a like retirement,
right,
and you have retirement money that you're living off of, then that's good. But if you don't have that kind of stability, sooner or later, you're going to have to throw the towel in.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of these guys I wouldn't mind having come on us. So I talked to Roger. I talked to him quite a bit of times. And
is he from Alaska too?
He told me that he visited. I think he visited Alaska back in the 80s, and he's been to a lot of places that I used to live in, like Anchorage and a couple other like Kenai. That's where a lot of people go Alaska fishing on the Kenai River. So yeah, he was telling me a whole bunch of things, and he was pretty interesting guy. Remember Dave? He's from Hawaii. David, he was also worked in Alaska, I think, for like one of the airlines, Alaska Airlines, or one of those big air carriers. But they all have pretty good stories, especially because I was living in Alaska at that time. Talk about Alaska. In Alaska, there's a whole bunch of Filipinos that are living, mostly working in Alaska, because we have like such a big commercial fishing industry. A lot of them work in Kodiak, Dutch Harbor, King Salmon, and all over the place. So we have so many workers, but they're like migrant workers, but they work for the giant fishing industry, like Bumblebee and stuff like that. So I talked to a lot of the Filipinos that are like stopping over in Anchorage to get on a plane to go to Kodiak and these other places. So they were telling me about their stories, because I had a couple of shirts that said Boracay and Mambu Call, and also what's that? Tagaytay. And they were telling me that they used to be at these different places. Mikey came back. Hey, buddy. Did you come back? Are you angry with me? Well, I'm sorry.
There's one subject we should talk about one of these days is how long do you think these expats who are not retired but doesn't have income, like Seth and Barry and
wow.
Yeah, but see, Seth goes back and forth.
So I was going to say, how long would they last with just having, side business like internet, or like Bear, he has nothing. So how long do you think those guys will last?
I think none of them could outlast me.
No way. Not
13
long.
years? I don't think so.
3 years, something, 3 to 5 years, maybe.
I think the tops. I think people right around 5 years. We talked about this once. I think maybe Mikey said maybe 5 years that somebody could. They'll quit. They couldn't take it couldn't take it anymore. But see, I had again when I was in the Philippines and my business when it kicked the bucket. I already had pretty good friends, like at the Korean school, that invited me to go work at the Korean school. And then when my son passed away, and then I blamed his mom. So at the end, she got fed up with me being drunk and stuff, and then I met my daughter's mom. So really, yeah, 13 years. That's a long time keeping your head above water. But see, I had so many people helping me that, because see, I didn't really piss too many people off for them to give up on me.
Well, Kevin, with that 40,000 that you invested in those business, what did you get out of it? I mean, did you get anything?
Yeah, I think I got around $5,000 back.
Well, that's a start. That's more than most people start out with, especially like Barry. He came down with what, a couple $100 in his pocket? Not even that. So,
but see, do you ever have this feeling when I had this when I was doing these business deals, something inside of me is saying don't do it, or like have a second thought, don't commit. And a lot of times I have those feelings, and I didn't listen to my feelings. But if things would have changed quite a bit if I would have listened to those promptings.
Your gut instinct.
Is it your gut instinct, or is it your heart, or is it your good? What do you call it? The angel on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Or common sense.
No, Roberto. Not everybody has good common sense. I know.
No, I just feel bad for you, buddy. I don't mean to laugh at you. I'm not.
Oh no. I was giving you a hard time.
I know, but I'm just mad at that Filipino that took advantage of you, man. $40,000. You invested all that money.
It's my fault also because, you know, I was being stupid, and I wasn't really being like, because I had so many people telling me that to don't do it and just come back. Like don't go and just go on a vacation, but don't go on a long-term thing. No, I mean, I appreciate you feeling bad for me, but again, there are so many people just like me that are out there. I mean, but they are in Germany, they are in England, you know, they're in Taiwan. What's that place? Bangkok. All of these different places, and there's so many people get suckered. But yeah, it's a hard thing to swallow. You know.
Well, if you ever get $40,000 again,
talk to you first.
Yeah, just give it to me first, and I'll make sure.
You want to know something funny? When I was sending money to this girl, and I was at the money changing place, and it was at Walmart, you know, in Anchorage, and I was sending $500 to the girl, and the lady that was taking my money, she kind of like was talking underneath her breath, and she said, if you want to throw away your money, just give it to me. Just give it to me. So, and I looked at her, and like she wasn't making eye contact, and I was gonna say, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Well, yeah, the joke's on me. But again, there are a lot of legitimate people that are really out there. But I was just thinking about my pecker, and it got me in a rut, and it was hard to get out of the rut. But see, I could have went back to Alaska anytime I wanted, because see, I had a ticket, and I could have used a ticket anytime, and I had friends and family members, because see, when my son passed away in 2007, I had my aunt and my mom and my grandmother and these other people, they got together like a purse for me if I could help me bury my son. So, but there were people out there that was willing to let me go back to Alaska, but I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to admit that I couldn't do it. So I just stayed and just stay in the shadows. But I could have thrown in the towel any time, but I didn't want to admit to everybody that I've fallen on my face. So it was really pride.
Yeah.
So, and I think a lot of people have the same problem about pride, and they don't want to admit that the other person was right. But it took me 13, 14 years to admit it. But see, if I didn't get the machete stuck in my head, I still wouldn't have left, because that's how strong my pride was. But when I'm almost dead, I had to take a reality wake up. And then maybe I wouldn't have met all you wonderful people. So, I mean, maybe I'll make a book and then
There you go.
have a movie. Oh, Mikey 550 left again. I don't know if he was having problems staying on. But it's already an hour. How was your weekend, Roberto?
I just had Sunday off, and then I worked. I worked today, and then actually, I went in for a couple hours today, and then I go back to work for sure tomorrow. Through Saturday.
Okay. Hey, Jason, give me that link to for that UFC live bout fight, and I tried to get on it, and I couldn't get in. Did you watch the fight?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to get on.
But yeah, I'd like to say thanks to Jason about sending me that link, but it just didn't work. But thanks anyway. Well, Richard, what do you got to say? You've been being kind of quiet.
Yeah, I've just been reading the room. Some people said that I know it's very difficult to make a living in the Philippines, in a third world country, definitely, because I don't think that they let us work, and I don't know what the law is concerning like business ownership. I think the Filipino has to own like 60% of the business or something, even if you have 100% of the money in it.
Yeah.
But the guy that owns SM Malls, Henry C., I know he's an old man, but his family, and he owns a lot of other things. I can't believe the net worth of that guy. He's worth $14.4 billion US. That's incredible when you consider.
That's more than Trump.
Yeah. It's more than a lot of people, yeah. Can you imagine that in a country like the Philippines? Pesos.
Well, yeah,
dollars.
let's see. I mean, but SM cities, SM malls is almost every place now.
Guys started selling shoes.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Jolly Bean, the founder of Jolly Bean is quite rich. Also, he also has Jolly Bean, Greenwich, couple other places also that he bought out.
Is that a privately held company, or is it Jollibee, or is it a corporation, or?
It's a family owned.
Jeez.
and he started with it, the first one in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just grew from there. But see, his father, the owner, Jolly Bean's father, was a cook in one of the Chinese temples.
Yeah.
In Manila, and he took out. Him and his wife. He met his wife in law school.
Mm-hmm.
They're both the lawyers. And,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Discovery Channel made a documentary about him. That the owner of Jolly Bean, which is pretty interesting story.
Yeah, I like those kind of stories. What the hell? Are
you having a brain fart?
I'm reading the room and stuff at the same time we're talking, and I'm an old mother, 57. I'm older than you, man.
Yeah, by 2 years.
Yeah.
I think Roberto and I are both almost the same age.
Yeah. You're like my younger brother's age. The little brat. He's living down in Marco Island, Florida. He's practically retired.
Do you know where that's at, Roberto?
I'm sure he does.
Oh.
It's south of Naples.
Huh. Yeah, I'm also trying to read and do that at the same time, so it's not that easy trying, because I look funny looking up and try to talk and do that. Yeah, it's we gotta we had 17 people sticking with us, so that was pretty decent. Yeah. And what's the word, Richard, about your wife? Doesn't she want to have a YouTube channel?
Oh yeah. I ordered a Canon camera from Amazon, but I sent it back, and I just got my new one. I got a
Okay.
and I'm trying to familiarize myself with it. It's
Well,
a
I like to when I get these different products,
yeah.
and I'm not familiar with them, I just look it up on YouTube here, and then
Yeah.
they will give me like a out of the box.
Yeah.
So that's how I've been doing different things.
First one my wife ordered because her friend she went to graduate school with was from Vietnam, and this girl has like 100,000 people. She does makeup. She's a very beautiful girl, and she said, "Oh, when you want to see, I used to like design guitar amplifiers and stuff like that, and my wife wanted me to, I also would custom, do things for pro musicians. My wife wanted me to do stuff on that." And I had a little bit of that, but I don't know. It's so technical doing all the video stuff, while you're trying to show people what you're doing. I just, didn't know what the hell to do. But something like cooking, I could easily have my wife and some of her Filipino friends, set up in the kitchen and, make like lechon, or not lechon, that's a big pork thing, but like lumpia or adobo or something common dish that, because she's a really good cook. And, and her friend Michelle, she's hilarious. She would be a good comedy relief and stuff, but I just gotta get, like tonight she was making panda salad, and I should have, done that, but I wanted to be on the show. I want to be famous on the show, man.
Well, I'm glad you took time to come and visit us.
Yeah, enjoy it. Yeah, a lot of nice people here, man. You can learn from all these people,
Yeah, that's one of the bonuses.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I'm gonna call it a night. We've been on for a little bit over an hour, so I appreciate you guys coming out. A lot of people came out. A lot of people stayed with us, so that's a pretty decent turnout.
Yeah.
I want to thank Roberto, Mikey 550, and you, Richard, for giving me your time and making my time a little bit easier.
Yeah, our pleasure, man. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about the topic, but what little I do know, I just basically got the information from my wife.
Yeah. Well, everybody put their 2 cents in, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys coming out. You guys have a good weekend. Have a good week. I'm sorry. We just came off the weekend.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we'll catch you next time, buddy. Take care.
All right, Roberto, have a good week, buddy, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later on.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Good to see you.
All right, buddy. Cool. Like I said, I thank everybody for coming out. Jason, nice seeing you. Grim, Thomas. There's a whole bunch of gun term come out. there's a lot of people also that never reveal themselves. Kenny, yeah, had a good time. Maybe I'll make doing this live chat is kind of nice and easy. You know, it's just trying to come up with a different topic. You know, sometimes it's not easy having the same. I don't want to do the same topic, and I don't want to do the same topic that other people have. But again, I'm still new at this, so still trying things out.
Hey, Kevin, what if we changed it around and put why white men prefer Filipino women?
Well, well, a lot of guys already know why.
Guten Tag.
Could be because of the boobs.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, Richard. I'll talk to you later. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming out, and you guys have a safe night, safe morning. Have a good time. Be safe. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna get out.